Move fast and break things was Mark Zuckerberg's motto for Facebook in its early days. He said that companies must not lose opportunities by moving slow and that mistakes should be forgiven as you take risky bets. While many founders live by the slogan, we can say from recent experience that it may not be suitable for the edtech industry. In the quest for hypergrowth, Indian edtech companies have moved fast, disrupting the education sector. Unacademy, India's second largest edtech firm after Byju's, has reportedly laid off 1,000 employees over the past few weeks in a cost-cutting drive. Founded in 2015 as a YouTube channel by Gaurav Munjal, Roman Saini and Hamish Singh, Unacademy is currently valued at $3.4 billion. The startup's last funding round was in August 2021 when it raised $440 million. So far, Unacademy has raised $858 million in funding, while the total funding for its bigger rival Byju's, which is also India's most valuable startup, is at a whopping $5 billion. Both of them have gobbled up smaller startups with niche offerings. They have each acquired at least a dozen startups. Byju's spent almost $2.5 billion on acquisitions last year. Its co-founder and CEO, Baiju Ravindran, made a personal investment of $400 million in the company's $800 million round last month, which catapulted its valuation to $22 billion. The move was reportedly part of the company's strategy to show the founders' confidence in the firm and help shore up investor interest at a time when the valuations are under stress globally. Byju's has constantly come under fire for its aggressive sales tactics. It has been accused of pushing its products on families who cannot afford them. Mumbai-based Lido Learning, which provided live online tuitions in small groups of 6, closed down in February and asked its 1,200 employees to hand in their resignations. Before it ran out of funds, Lido had seen rapid growth and was on track to reach a $100 million revenue run rate by the end of the financial year.
So I think the edtech companies are under pressure to grow too fast, too soon. And, education is one of those fields where it takes time to build credibility. People come to you because of word of mouth, because of your reputation, because of what credibility you've built over the years. If you look at any of the top academic institutions in India right now, it has taken them decades to build this kind of credibility. They have given results. They have proven themselves over a long period of time. Investor pressure is definitely one thing that is playing a role in this. I think sooner or later, these companies will realize that, you can get some growth by spending a lot of money, burning a lot of cash. But if you want to build a sustainable business, then it takes time.
With increasing smartphone users and rising demand for quality education, there is no denying that the potential for growth in the edtech sector is huge. Higher education institutions are also focusing on creating online programs. India's edtech market is expected to touch $10.4 billion by 2025, led by K-12 and test preparation segments. EdTech startups in India raised $4.7 billion in 2021, with Byju's alone raising about $1.9 billion. Majority of the funding went to test preparation on online certification startups. As investors seek growth, major edtech firms are embracing the hybrid model to tap India's booming $180 billion education sector. Byju's is investing over $200 million to open 500 brick-and-mortar tuition centers in the next 12 to 18 months, on top of the existing 80. Last month, Unacademy launched its first offline experience center in Delhi.
There is a huge potential in online-only programs, whether it's degrees or certification programs or even classroom training, classroom coaching and all, because India is a very big country, and other than tier 1 cities, most of the other people in India don't have access to top quality resources. So online is definitely the way to go, and there is a huge potential there. But I think what these companies are feeling is we are anyways doing everything we can on the online side, and we have almost unlimited funds to play with. So why not try the offline approach as well? So they are just doing everything they can to go after growth. This is driven by the investments that they've got, the investor pressure, and they're trying to go after every avenue of growth that they can seek. If I talk about our own experience, we at Manipal here, Jigsaw Manipal, with 15,000 students coming in last year, close to 30,000 students we are going to get in this coming year. This is still the tip of the iceberg. India has amongst the lowest gross enrollment ratios in the world, which means very few people are actually going for degrees. And so if online education can help increase this, can help make degrees more accessible to a larger number of people, then I think that market is infinitely huge. So I think anyone in the degree space is going to see a lot of action. There is going to be investments that will come into this space.
Expecting investors to temper their expectations for growth may not be a good idea. But edtech companies should realize that growth that comes at the cost of high cash burn may not be sustainable.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.